So in the last section we did some long division. Now we're going to learn synthetic, which makes it way faster and way easier once you know how to do it. So in order to use what we call synthetic division, you have to have a factor with a 1x. So this number next to x has to be an invisible 1, it just has to be x. And then the format is we have a root here. So it's minus, and then this number is the root. So because of this minus sign, it's always the opposite sign. So here we're dividing by x plus 8. Well, that's actually x minus negative 8. So the root is negative 8, and that's what we use when we set up our synthetic division. So what we do is we put the root kind of in a little box here, so negative 8, and then we take the coefficients from the polynomial. So our polynomial is 5x to the 4th minus 6x squared plus 3x minus 11. And you go down in descending order. So we're starting with x to the 4th, and we're going to take the coefficient from that, so 5. And then we would go down to x to the 3rd. Uh-oh, where is it? See how we go from 4 to 2? That means there's no x to the 3rds, there's 0. So we have to include that in there, even though it's not in our polynomial. You have to hit every degree of the x. Okay, then we go down to x squared, and the coefficient is negative 6. Then we go down to x, and the coefficient's 3. And then you go down to just the number, without the x. See how this is called descending order. So our last one's negative 11. And that's just the setup. That's all this is asking for, so I'm not going to continue with it. But you can see there's the root, and then 5, 0, negative 6, 3, negative 11. Be this one, the top one, skipped the 0. Very common mistake. Just make sure you're hitting every x. Okay, so we're going to do it again. So x minus 8, remember it's x minus the root. So if we have x minus 8, the root is positive 8. It's always opposite what's in there. So when we set up our synthetic division, we're going to have 8 in the little box. And then we take the coefficients. So I have 2x to the 4th minus 12x squared plus 10x. So we're starting with our largest degree of x to the 4th. The coefficient, or the number next to it, is 2. Then we're going to go down to x cubed. Again, there's no x cubes, but we still have to include that. So 0. X squared, the coefficient's negative 12. X, the coefficient's 10. And then just the number, negative 11. That would be our setup. Again, it's the bottom one. When are we actually going to do synthetic division? This says long division. Guess what? I'm going to do synthetic because I want to show you how to do it. Okay, we've set it up twice. So we are dividing by x minus 4. That means our root is positive 4. So when I set it up, I'm going to put positive 4 in the little box. And then I'm going to make sure I have x to the 3rd, x to the 2nd, then x, then 32. So we're just going to take the numbers. 4, negative 14, negative 16, and 32. I didn't have to put any zeros because we weren't skipping exponents. We have them all. Alright, so this is the setup. I drew a line down here, and I left space because we're going to be adding some numbers here. So step 1, bring down your first number as is. 4. And then we're gonna multiply 4 times 4 times the root is positive 16, and I put that number right here. Now we add, now we do that addition that I talked about. So negative 14 plus 16 is 2. Then we do it again, we multiply 2 times the root. 2 times 4 is 8, then we add. Negative 16 plus 8 is negative 8. Then we multiply. Negative 8 times 4. We're always multiplying by the root. Negative 32. Then we add 0. So this number is the remainder. And when it's 0, we don't have to do anything. And then these, 4 to negative 8, these are the coefficients of our new polynomial. So see how we started with x cubed. So that means our answer is going to start with x squared. We subtract 1 degree. So this x squared, and then we just go down in descending order. Then x, then the number by itself. So 4x squared plus 2x minus 8. It's way easier than long division, and it goes faster once you get the hang of it. Oh, this one. Oh, this is just the setup. So remember, it's opposite signs, so positive 6 is our root, and then x to the 4, 5. Oh, x to the third is missing, 0. X squared, negative 1. X, 3, and then the number. And we're just going to leave it like that. It's the last one again. You're ever guessing? Divide using long division. I'm going to use synthetic. It's faster, and I want you guys to be familiar with that one. So we take the root. That's negative 7, so our root's positive 7. And then we take the coefficients. So we're starting with x cubed, 5. X squared, negative 31. X, negative 34, and then the number by itself. Leave some space, because remember we're going to add. You always bring down the first number and then multiply by the root. 7 times 5 is 35. Then you add. Negative 31 plus 35 is 4. Then you multiply. 7 times 4, 28. Then you add. Negative 34 plus 28 is 6. Then, negative 6. Then you multiply. Negative 42. Then you add. So remainder is 0. And then I'm starting with x cubed. So that means my answer goes down 1 degree, x squared. So it'd be 5x squared plus 4x minus 6. This is my answer. Use synthetic division. Finally, we're using one with synthetic. Okay, so we're dividing by x plus 3. That means our root is negative 3, and that's what goes in our little box. And then we're looking at the coefficients. So 2x cubed, 10x squared, 18x, and then 37. Leave some space because we're adding. First step, bring down the first one, so 2. And then multiply. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Add. 10 plus negative 6 is 4. Multiply. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Add. 18. So 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. And then add. 37 minus 18 is 19. Okay, so this is the first time this hasn't been 0. This is our remainder. And then I'm going to fill this in. So we started with x cubed, that means this is x squared, and that's x. Plus in between, so those are all positive. So our answer is 2x squared plus 4x plus 6, and then we add, because this is a positive 19, over whatever we're dividing by. That's how you write the remainder, as a fraction with whatever you're dividing by on the bottom. So that would be this one. So we're going to do that again with the remainder, it looks like. So x plus 4, that means the root is negative 4. That's what goes in our box. And then we take the coefficients. And these all go in order. So 2, 12, 17, 27, leave some space because we're going to add. Bring down the first one, and then we're going to multiply. 2 times negative 4, negative 8, add. 4 times negative 4, negative 16, add. 1 times negative 4, add. So 23 is our remainder, and that's going to be a fraction with x plus 4. It's a positive, and then we're going to fill in starting with 1 less degree. So that's x cubed, so it's 2x squared, positive 4x, positive 1. And this whole thing down here, this is our answer. Oh, this is just another one where we're setting it up. So negative 5, and then we're skipping. Remember? 13, 0, negative 2, 5, negative 10. We've done a lot of those. Don't forget the 0 because we're missing the x cubed.